Marcus Minucius Felix, Octavius, Episode 6. Itaque cum per universam convictus nostri et familiaritatis aetatem mea cogitatio valveretur, in illo praecipue sermone eis mentis mei resedit intentio, quo cacilium superstitionis vanitatibus etiam nunc inhærentem disputatione gravissima ad verdram religionem reformavit. And so, cum, when. Cum plus the subjunctive, as explained in the previous episode, can mean when, since, or although. It can be temporal, causal, or concessive. I believe this one also is temporal. And so, when, per universam, through the entire aetatem. Universam is an adjective in the feminine singular and accusative that is modifying aetatem. And so when, through the entire span of time, convictus nostri, of our familiarity, convictus, that is dining together, close friendship, and of our dear friendship, familiaritatis, through the entire span of time of those two things, our close association and our friendship or familiarity, when mea cogitatio, now we come to the subject, feminine singular and nominative, when my thinking, my reflection, my mind, valveretur, was wrapped up in, when my mind was involved in, or we could say for valveretur, when it passed through. It is a passive verb with per here. It is, moreover, an imperfect subjunctive, and it is from the third conjugation verb, valvo, valvera, which does not mean to roll in the English sense, that is, to be rolled, as when we say the car rolled, but this verb is transitive. It means to cause something else to roll, and thus it can be used with a subject like this in a passive sense. When my mind, my thinking, was rolled, would be a kind of literal or wooden translation, but we might say more idiomatically, when my mind passed through the entire span of time, etc. When my mind did that, in illo sermone, on that speech or that conversation especially, praecipue is an adverb, on that speech especially, that speech of his, eius, mentis mei, of my mind, the focus, intentio, came to rest, resedit. So the subject of resedit, which is perfect tense, third singular, indicative active. The subject is intentio, which is feminine singular, and nominative. The intentio, the focus of my mind, came to rest, resedit, on that speech of his in particular. Now, which speech is it? We find out in the relative clause which follows. That speech, or conversation, sermone, by which, quo then is masculine, singular, and ablative. It's an ablative of instrument whose antecedent is sermone. That speech by which, caecilius, and caecilius is going to be modified by inhærentem. Caecilius, of superstition, the vanities, even now, or even then at that point, was clinging. So by which caecilius, who was clinging inhærentem, to the vanities, vanitatibus, of superstition. So inhærentem is a participle. Inhæreo, inhærere, we've seen this verb recently, is the first and second principal parts. It's a second conjugation, inhærentem, and it patterns with the dative. Thus, vanitatibus is feminine, plural, and dative, by which caecilius, still clinging to the vanities of superstition, even then at that point, etiam nunc. Octavius, he's the implied subject, disputatione gravissima, by a very serious, a very severe, we might say, a very weighty or persuasive argument, disputatione, or conversation. This is feminine, singular, ablative of instrument, by a very serious argument to the true religion, ad veram religionem, i.e. the Christian faith. He, Octavius, reformavit, reformed him, that is, turned him over to. The object of reformavit is caecilium, and caecilium, as I said, is modified by inhærentem. Here is one of the hallmarks of what Christians considered the superstitionis vanitatibus, that is the famous Pantheon monument in Rome, that is the temple to all gods.